I really did. In fact, I introduced one to his wife. Interesting. Way back in the day, why does love this do this to me? It is 16 after 10 o'clock, 23 degrees. Barbara won the weather thing this morning. Weatherman said 18 degrees. I kind of said 20 degrees. Wasn't expecting it to get to 23, I got to be honest. But Barbara had faith in 22. She took it out. She really did. It's Tuesday, August the 23rd. Let me do this.
Galaxy 107fm.
That's right, you're right, here at Galaxy 107fm. And not quite sure where that's pointing. Is that pointing in the right direction? Sort of, yeah, kind of. Let me double check that. There it is. Yeah, gotcha. Anyway, let me tell you how happy we are to have you guys joining us from wherever you are in the world. It is an absolute pleasure, and believe me, become part of the family. Literally, if you're going to watch this a little later on over there on YouTube, you know what to do. You do, yes. Sub, thumb, bell. Bingo. Absolutely. Bell notifications for when we have important people like today's feature artist, Kris Anders is joining us, coming out of the Okanagans. Believe me, absolutely fantastic. And of course, you know what to do with the thumb, right? Yeah, epileptic. Go for it. Just, yeah. And join us. Subscribe, literally become part of the family. The noise here at Galaxy. But in the meantime, let me tell you how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV, Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, here at Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107fm in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.
Yes, and I want to give a shout out too to Mark as well as Lisa, Pamela, Tim, Don, the whole crew at Rise Up TV, Big Record, Sony Music, The Orchard. Really love you guys. We really do. Today's feature artist, yes, it's Kris Anders. He's asking the question, how did we get here? So that gives us a couple of minutes, Kris.
All right, cool.
Ah, dear, oh dear. So what's the temperature over there?
It's got to be mid-30s, I think, again today. It's pretty hot.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
We're in the smack of winter at 23 degrees. I mean,
Yeah.
so that's weird, don't you think?
Yeah. Like, what's the temperatures get to? What's your coldest and hottest?
Well, we have been down as far as 0. -3, was it? -3 is the worst we've had this winter. But normally, we're about 15 degrees at this time of the year.
Right. Well, that's warm then. Yeah.
23 degrees? Unheard of.
That's like summer. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared that you're going to send me all this bloody great heat. I know it's been phenomenal over your side of the world. It really has. So we don't want it that big. Just nice,
hey,
you know?
Franco.
Yeah.
Hi,
Well,
Melbourne.
we've not had the
Catch up.
forest fires this year, so it's been pretty nice summer. Yeah.
Franco Nanucci's joining us. Nice to have you on board, Franco. And
You must catch
love
up
to
with
rock flowers.
flowers.
Yeah, absolutely. Marvin 42. Yeah, believe me, he's our ambassador over there in Africa. Believe me, we love you, brother. We really do. And Samantha Shelton is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Samantha. Today we've got Kris Anders. And, well, I'm going to tell you a little story about Kris very shortly that you're going to love.
And Keisha's just joined us, our next interview.
Oh, Keisha, I'm looking forward to meeting you very shortly. I really am. Love your work. Anyway, we've still got about a minute and a half to go, so Kris can have another non-alcoholic beverage water. Russ WC is also joining us. Ah, gosh. Can we have some Kiwi air conditioning, please? It's called Open the Bloody Window.
Yeah, it's 24,
Yeah.
it's 24 degrees, which is
It's
unbelievable.
sweltering in here.
That's usually our temperature in the summer.
Add another 10 degrees for the amount of computers we have in here, just
That's-
firing up. Believe me.
Yeah.
In the summertime, people may say, oh, you know, it's 39 degrees outside. Add another 10 inside here.
Yeah. It's a thing, yeah, it's true. All that equipment running.
And people wonder why I'm skinny.
Yeah.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. So very, very happy to have everybody joining us. Dave Carley is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Dave. It really is. Today we're joined by the artist, the man himself, absolute legend in the making. He really is Kris Anders. And Kris, welcome back.
Thank you so much for having me. Nice to see you guys again.
Well, it's always a pleasure to catch up with you, Kris. It really, really is. And just wondering, and I got to ask this, we met literally because I saw an interview with you and Tim Steinruck. I went, hey, listen, I want to have a go at this as well. And so we did the interview. Has Tim had you back yet?
No, I haven't caught up with Tim lately. I think he's his summer's pretty busy right now, too. He's on tour or something, so...
Yeah, doing a lot.
We'll have to check with him again. Yeah.
Exactly. He's doing a lot of work with Rise Up TV and Big Records right now as well. And I know he went on tour doing something for somebody else, a lady sort of religious thing as well. So you know, his dance card's pretty full just recently. I'm kind of worried about him though. I really am.
We'll get him back in shape. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Next time you catch up with him, give him a poke in the eye for me, won't you?
I'll try, yeah.
Now, we started the show, Kris. How did we get here? And, of course, we just answered this literally by saying I watched the interview with Tim Steinruck, and this is how we got here. But tell me a little bit about the track itself. Let's refresh our audio audience's mind and memory, and we call them the noise, literally. Let's refresh their memory. How did we get here? Tell me about this track.
Right. Well, I wrote that song years and years ago, and everybody just seemed to resonate with it. They always said that what a great song it was and how much they liked it. It was very poetic, and I'm a prairie boy, so we got some references to the prairies in there, full moon, frozen prairie sky, and it brings up some imagery right away for people. So I submitted it just in lyrical form to the American Songwriter way back in 2010, 11, somewhere in there. And they got back to me and said, "Hey, yeah, you won, this quarter. One of the Lyric Award winners. It's going to be published in the magazine." And I thought, wow, I was pretty new to the music business back then, and thought this was pretty good. So they gave me a 2-year subscription for it, and I kept playing and got some demos done with it. And then I decided to bring it in. As I got more serious, back in 2020, I myself stepped in as a serious artist into a recording studio. We did Shattered, and this was the second single that I decided to do. Rewrote it a little bit because it was just to make it a little more commercial appealing. And also we were going through a whole bunch of weird stuff with COVID in 2020, and I brought some lyrics in to say, reflect on how did we get to this point and place, and to reflect on the history of it and everything that was going on with us, and put that sense of place into that imagery. And my wife, Deanna J. Cartia, was kind enough to come in and do background vocals on that song. After we kind of put all the bases together, we let it sit for a few months, which was one of the best things we could do because we came out with fresh ears. wrote those parts, those vocal parts into it, and it made the song just pop into that next level. And so I'm real thankful that she had the ears and the vocals to come in and do that for us. So
Now,
and there we go.
Kris, Deanna, she's quite an accomplished artist in her own right. I'm looking at Open Road.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about this.
Well, so my start in music was helping her. She's kind of went for things in the late 2000s. She wanted to do her own album, and we were living on the Sunshine Coast in BC at the time, which is a mecca for musicians, songwriters, poets, you name it. It's just one of those places. So we recorded a full-length album there with Ray Fulber, and Open Road was one of the first singles that came off of that, and it did quite well for her. She had enjoyed some minor success. She got some charted on radio, and I think it was the folk roots charts. She got up to number 2 in Canada, and the single itself won an Independent Music Award back in 2012, I think 2011, and the album itself was nominated for an Adult Alternative Album of the Year with the same organization, the Independent Music Awards. So she was doing quite well, and she had a trio traveling across Canada a couple times. We went to Canada Music Week and Independent Music Week, and then kids came along, family. So she we all stepped out of that for a little while, and then she said, "No, it's your turn. You go for it. I'll support you instead."
So tell me, is she planning on getting back into the game again in the near future?
She is a very talented artist in many different mediums. So she's quite happy right now to be doing digital art. She's doing the videos for all my YouTube stuff. She's now tackling how to best do Instagram and perform her own art, her own music, which is a little different than what we've heard before. She's doing more ethereal type of stuff. So I don't think she's quite too keen to be jumping up on any stages and touring around the world or anything, but she is definitely a very busy artist when she has the time.
Well, I've got to be honest with you, my bro. I have researched her, had a little look on the YouTube thing. Believe me, I'm liking what I saw there. I really, really am. So if in the near future, or any time in the future, she decides she wants to strap on that and get on again, let us know, will you? We'd love to be able to follow her.
You'll be the first one we talk to, I think.
Awesome,
yeah.
Awesome. Luann MC is joining us. Nice to have you on board, Luann. And, it was about 4 months ago that we caught up with Kris in the first place. Just recently, Kris has won in his genre the Intercontinental Music Award in LA. Tell me a little bit about this, Kris.
Well, this was a music competition that I came across, and I had a look at it, and I actually knew a couple of the people who knew of some of the people who are organizing it and running it, and I thought, you know what, I'll put in for this one. I think this is looks like a good legitimate competition, and some of the prizes were really attractive. So we put 2 songs in. I hadn't released anything else. I just had the How Did We Get Here and Shattered out. So we put those in, and both were finalists or nominated in their respective categories. So How Did We Get Here was a finalist in the best song for North American pop, and Shattered was nominated for best song in rock. So we're listening. We finally saw we were made the finalists. Had to wait another month for the judges to do their thing, and we got to watch the ceremony live. It was just I think first weekend in August, and sitting right where I am now, we're listening, and sure, I was like, oh, we didn't win the pop category, shoot, and then all of a sudden I heard Shattered come up, and I jumped out of my chair and just was so happy to finally win something. So it was good. And the prize is I'm still going to get some one-on-one mentoring with some of the panelists involved, and basically getting a relationship going with some of these people so they can help further my music career. And I'm looking forward to working with them more. In the future.
You know something, I'm very, very envious. I really am. I've never won anything in my life. Well, maybe a scratchy every now and again, if you know what I mean. But other than that, yeah, no. I have never, ever won anything in my life. So believe me, I'm very envious. But I got to ask, Kris, we've been playing This Time now for a little while. We really, really have, and believe me, it's gaining momentum. People are loving it. They're starting to get to know it. But before we play this, I just got to ask you, will the next track coming out be called Next Time?
It's a good idea. No, I think it's going to be called Ever Enough. So it's kind of close to something like that. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to talk about that shortly, but tell me a little bit about This Time, because believe me, I'm loving it. I'm playing it in my car right now. When I come to work, I'm listening to it. Absolutely loving it. We've got you literally in the breakfast show, in the pops, and people are asking for it all over the place, playing it every morning, literally on my breakfast show. So tell me a little bit about it. Why is it so successful?
Well, thanks. That's great feedback to hear that from folks. So this time it's a cover song actually, and it was featured in the 2007 film August Rush. If you haven't seen the movie, I highly recommend it. It's really good, especially if you like music and anything to do with music. So I heard the track through there, and I just love the song. And it's, of course, it's done that the original version was done by the songwriter. His name is Chris Trapper. He's from the U.S. And then they took his song and featured it in the film, and they changed it again. They used a different vocalist, and I think they did a different arrangement as well. So I learned to play the song, and I just brought it into my repertoire as I was doing solo singer-songwriter stuff. And I played it so much that I forgot how the original version went, and I completely made it my own. So I was using it to hit those higher notes and the octave change in the verses. There's two verses. And when I went back to play it, even after not listening to it, I'm like, oh, I'm going way up different than what the original version was, but we just left it like that. And then I used to sing it. It's personal to me because I used to sing it to my daughter to get her to go to sleep at nighttime, and she loved the song. So by the time it came to record it, it still was recognizable, but I had made it my own, and I got a hold of the original songwriter to get permission to cover it, and he was great. Chris Trapp, he was awesome. He was like, I'm honored. Let us know what we can do to help if you need anything, any parts signed off, whatever the case is. So I sent it to him, and his feedback was like, this is beautiful. Like, what you've done with it, you've made it your own, but you kept the essence of the song. He loved it. So that was, for me, that was just, it really meant a lot to hear from the original songwriter that way. And then for the audience to react to it and take it as even a new, fresh take on that song. It's really been cool.
I got to let you know, Kris, 3,167 requests so far since we've been playing it. It is getting a phenomenal recognition. It really is. I think everybody's identifying with it. Love it. We really do. You're right here at Galaxy. Here's Kris Anders and This Time. Gosh, it's hot in here. It really is.
Yeah, it looks like it.
How many countries?
My studio's in my basement. I've got no windows here. It's always nice and cool down here, so I have a benefit that way.
Nice. 178. Nice. 178 countries are on board this morning.
Cool.
That's not
Cool.
bad. That's not bad. How many cities?
I see an aquarium in the background there. Oh, fishies. Hi, Gail.
2,249 cities tuned up.
Wow.
Is there an aquarium in the background there?
How are you?
Yeah, well, this is where my four-piece band practices. It's a rehearsal space. So it's a living room, but now it's a rehearsal space.
Are you trying to deafen your fish?
We've got a digital drum kit for here, and we actually all moved into in-ear, the whole band. So we did one show where we did it all. I've got a new digital mixer. It's controlled with an app, like an app on a screen. And so we've been saving our ears just by putting in-ears in and rehearsing that way. And we've done a couple shows with them in as well. If it's a different, some shows they just want you to on stage and it's professional sound, so you just do what they want. But if it's up to us, that's the system we've been using now.
Believe me, bro, I know all about it on air. My wife talks to me all the time through these things. If you know. She's shy of throwing something heavy at me, usually about once or twice a day.
With witnesses, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's true.
Bad, isn't he? Hey, Franco.
Ah, dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, there you are, Barbara. Look at you. I'm watching Barbara.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to get doing this at the same time. Oh, God, and then there's that guy.
Gear's on.
I'm sorry?
Gear.
Gay Miranda's on board. Nice to have you on board, Gay. It really, really is. Welcome back. And looking for some news. You had a Viking Queen very shortly. Hopefully. You never know. Oh, gosh. Really neat. Kris, Christmas time, I asked the bosses, because they said to me, what would you like as far as, getting some air conditioning in here over the Christmas period? And I said to them, well, how about something maybe about, I don't know, 6'2", comes from Sweden, blonde hair, blue eyes, about 18 years of age. They got me a bloody oscillator.
Oh, man.
Doesn't work at the moment.
No.
No, you need to plug it in apparently.
Right.
Sitting there spinning it like that it doesn't work. Yeah.
Well, you're in a tough spot because you can't run too many fans or anything with the mics will pick it up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yep. But then again, we are in a courtyard, but we've got a major road with trucks and everything going up just
Right.
a few doors down, you know what I mean? So that gets all that noise down through the courtyard. It's challenging, especially if somebody's mowing the lawns out there with a big ride-on thing.
Yeah.
Can't have the windows open.
Galaxy.
That's right, you're right here at Galaxy 107 FM. So very, very happy to have you on board. And today we're talking to Kris Anders, coming out of the Okanagans, British Columbia. We really, really are. And really, got to say, Kris, I've got the Bible. Maybe next time we need another couple of pages, even if it's something to scribble on.
There we go. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'd love to have a little more in-depth information about you, my bro. Really, really would. And just going to ask you, next time you're next to a recording, you're a recordable 58, a Shure or anything like that, how would you like to do me a couple of voice drops saying, hi, it's Kris Anders, you can hear me on Galaxy. What do you reckon?
You got it. I was listening this morning and I saw that and I thought I better get on that and send something over to you. So we'll hook up the mic here a little later and get a few drops there for you.
Nice. MP3, please.
You got it. Okay.
Awesome. Because our system doesn't like WAV and it doesn't like all sorts of. It's partially MP3. We feed it that all the time. We really do. At the same time, it's all about promoting you, Kris. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. Totally.
Awesome. Would love to be able to run some of those here at Galaxy. Now, something in the mix, anything coming in the near future? Are we going to be catching up again in the near future, maybe in a couple of months?
Yeah, I've been in the studio. I went in this late spring for us, of course, here in Canada, but went back to my producer, Andrew Smith, and we laid down 3 more songs. So I wanted 6 songs on the EP. That way I can apply for a Juno here in Canada. But we've got 3 more, another rocker coming out, and then one's a little more of a ballad, and and another one is just one I wrote last summer when I was back home on the farm. Or started writing and completed it here. So there's 3 more, and I'm really getting close to finishing those. I'm kind of waiting for school to kick back in here because I find that I have a little more time on my hands when everyone's in school. So we'll finish up the lead vocals on that, and then those will be ready to go, just pending codes and embedding, all that radio stuff we need. And in addition, I've actually been pulled into another project here with a couple of other musicians who we all at one time served with the RCMP, and one of the guys is moving away, so his souvenir for working with us together was to record a track, and it's called Somewhere Out There. It's by Our Lady Peace, which is a Canadian band, and they were pretty popular about 10 years ago. And actually that song is, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it's 20 years old now. The 20th anniversary was this summer. So we thought we'd do a version of that featuring all of us. We're all professional musicians, or were in the past. And we did a video for it where we actually got drone footage. We're up over Cal Lake, which is a lake just nearby here in Vernon with beautiful backdrop. And so we had just a ton of fun with it. So at some point, that is going to be a bonus track on my EP. So watch for that.
Kris, I'm going to butt in here. How would you like to keep in touch with Barbara? Send all of that, including the video, because believe me, we can play the video while we're doing the interviews and stuff like that as well. It's an extra arm for people to go and have a look at. But more importantly, the RCMP, of course, we're talking about the Mounties, aren't we?
That's right, yeah. That
Okay.
was a former life of mine.
Yep, believe me, I was going to go down that road, but I thought we'd talk about music and the artist rather than the past. We've done that, but believe me, bro, how would you like to get these guys together? We can all hook in together on this and have a little chat about that particular track. What do you reckon?
Oh, they would love to do that, yeah. Like John, my buddy Jonathan Williams, he's featured on it. He's just a few houses down. He's in my neighborhood. And the other fella, Josh Freilich, he's moving at the end of September, but he is setting up his own studio. So one way or another, whatever the timing works out, we will be able to hook up on Skype and talk all about it. And they'd love to join in and have that song ready to go.
Very, very cool. And believe me, I have a lot of respect for the RCMP. I really, really do. And all forces around the world, including, of course, the OPP and all of those guys over there in Canada. They do a wondrous job and couldn't go through life without them. Really, we couldn't. Kris, we are going to have to move on, my friend, but please keep in touch. Don't go anywhere just yet. We're going to take a couple of photos, stuff. You know what we're going to do. And we are coming back just after 11 o'clock. Going to Florida. I've got written down here in New York, but we're going to Florida to catch up with a young lady called Keisha Martin. Looking forward to that. Stay in touch, literally. But in the meantime, let me tell you how happy we are to be in association with Rise Up TV. Big Records, Sony Music, The Orchard, here at Galaxy.
Another indie artist interview brought to you by Galaxy 107 FM in association with Rise Up TV, Big Record and Sony Music The Orchard.